Alright guys, it is the 3rd of March, and today was beautiful PA. A lot of traders did not think that it was good PA. They just didn't hop on the charts early enough. I personally caught a dub, and I took 2 losses and a dub, but the dub outweighed majorly both of my losses, so I was cool with it. A lot of traders were looking at this PA right here, and of course that's not gonna, like, go. Um, I got on right at market open, and that's why I was able to catch this trade. This was another trade that you could have taken. I didn't personally take this because I was happy with this win, but that definitely could have been another trade that you could have taken. Um, and yeah, it really it was pretty straightforward, right? So I took a loss. I double entered on the 630 candle because I was trading video strat. That didn't work. And then from that point on, I was like, okay, right? I was taking longs and I looked and I'm like, okay, we're bearish, so what am I doing, right? So we have this 1 hour low. We were tapping back into this 1 hour fair value gap, right? And then after that, it was just the point of I needed my sweep and my inverse fair value gap. So as you guys can see right here, that's when we got our sweep, and then we entered off the 1 minute inversion. We entered a little bit later than that actually, but we yeah, wait, we entered on 580.50. So basically, like right here is where we entered. Um, yeah, so that's where we entered, and well, we originally actually entered off the down all the way down here, and our stop loss was up here. And then once price created this new high, I de-risked, so I just put my entries right here, and my stop loss is there. And that's the reason why I had such a high risk to reward. If it wasn't, it would have been a 2.59, but still 2.59 is a pretty good risk to reward. Let me put this back to 6. There we go. And so yeah, that's where we entered, and then our break even was at this internal low right here. And then our take profit was London lows. And yeah, the trade ended up hitting amazingly. I was so hyped when this hit. I literally have a video of me me hitting take profit. Um, and yeah, it was awesome. Let me see if I can get a bigger. This is price when I hit take profit. I filmed it. So price that hit take profit there. As you can see, I'm on the trade of 8. Yeah, bro, it was freaking hyped. I was hyped. I had taken 2 losses before that, and I was down about $500 on the day, and that put my entire account out of drawdown. Plus, it gave me the 1 out of 8 days of 150 that I can use to get my first ever payout. As you can see, barely 153.54, but our account is out of drawdown. So I'm extremely freaking happy with how today went. And then that was the main trade that I took. You can ignore these losses. This is the main trade that I took right here. And then you could have taken this trade. I personally didn't because I was happy with this. But we had a 1 hour sweep of a low inside of a 5 minute fair value gap of a long time ago. But it still did tap into that 5 minute. And then once we swept those and rebalanced, I was looking for a 5 minute inversion, which happened right here. That's where you could have entered. Your stop would have been at the low. You would have targeted New York AM highs, and it would have slapped. You could have even targeted London highs, and it still would have freaking slapped. And yeah, a lot of people were saying that the PA today was bad, which right now it kind of is. I still see a trade that you could have taken, because they were trading this. They were trading that chop. They weren't trading right at market opening, right? Because if you would have traded at market open, price moved pretty cleanly. And I was very satisfied with the price today. I want to see if there's another trade that you could have taken, because I saw something when I was in the bathroom. It was... Oh, wait. That's right. It was a... Bro, what? A 4-hour? It's not a custom interval. So, like, right here, we tap into this 4-hour. And then on the 5-minute, right? We tap into that on the 5-minute. Boom. We sweep here. There's no breakup structure. It's just a sweep. And then we take the highest time frame inverse, which is right here, which is sadly a 1 minute, but it's still 1 minute. The reason I take this inverse right here is because the candle volume, right? If this would have been our imagine this white candle was a bearish candle, I would have not, and it was an inverse, I would not have taken that inverse. I've been studying Aval, however you say his name, Aval. And he does not trade weak inverses, so I'm not going to trade weak inverses either. But that's another trade that could have played out. 4-hour retest with a liquidity sweep and then 1 minute inverse. So that trade would have banged, and that is a... That's a 441 tick move. Let me do it from the bottom up. Yeah, 442 tick move. You could have caught off that. You could have caught a... How many ticks is this? Dude, my head really hurts. Gosh. This was a 1,000 tick move. You could have caught 1,000 ticks. And then this, you could have caught a 840 tick. I caught an 840 tick move. But yeah, it just goes to show, like, if you traded today, congratulations. I really hope you banked. I think it was personally hard not for you to bank, but yeah, I mean, there are so many instances, like, you know, where you could have entered. There really were. You could have even entered right here. This was a setup itself too, right? Bullish on the freaking 5-minute, right? Our target is probably the middle of this or this liquidity right here, right? We rebalance into the 5-minute, and then what do? We rebalance into the 5. That probably wouldn't have been a good candle to inverse on. But what do? We sweep this liquidity. We inverse this, and then your trade is just this for like a nice little 1-to-1 risk to reward. Like, y'all make trading way harder than it needs to be. That is 1, 2, 3, 4 entries that you could have gotten today. Literally 4 freaking entries. This one was pretty self-explanatory. Rebalance into a 5-minute SMT at the highs, 5-minute inverse. I got it in a little late, but TP still got smashed. I was aiming for the middle of this, and I actually caught this. I banked like 150 on that, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, overall, it was a great freaking trading day today. I'm really happy with how price action went, and I'm super happy I got my account on a drawdown. And with that being said, I will catch you guys hopefully tomorrow with another dub. Hope you all have a good day. See ya.